So I finally finished Styx, Blades of Greed, and I've been thinking about how to describe it without overhyping it or trashing it, because it's one of those games that sits right in the middle of, this is kind of flawed, and why am I still playing at 2 a.m.? First thing I'll say, this game does not try to impress you in the first hour. It doesn't come out swinging with huge cinematic moments. It kind of just drops you into being a greedy goblin and says, figure it out. And at first, I wasn't sure how I felt about that. You play as Styx, and he's not heroic at all. He's selfish. He's sarcastic. He's stealing quartz while the world is basically on the edge of war. Everyone else is fighting over power and politics, and he's just there thinking about profit. And honestly, that part works. It gives the whole thing personality. It doesn't feel like another Save the Kingdom fantasy game. What really surprised me, though, was how good the level design is. The maps are built vertically in a way that makes you think constantly. You're not just sneaking past guards on a flat path. You're climbing beams, hanging from ledges, slipping through windows, finding hidden crawl spaces. There were moments where I'd stop moving just to look around and think, there has to be another way in. And most of the time, there was. When stealth works in this game, it feels amazing. You plan a route, you distract a guard, you slip behind someone without being seen, you get out clean. And there's this quiet satisfaction that's hard to explain unless you like stealth games. It's not loud or flashy, it's subtle. It makes you feel smart, but then there are the rough parts. The AI can be inconsistent. Sometimes guards feel extremely sharp and alert, and other times they miss obvious things. That inconsistency can break immersion a bit. There were definitely moments where I felt spotted unfairly, and moments where I got away with something I probably shouldn't have. Combat is another thing. It's not good. And I don't mean that in a dramatic way. It just clearly isn't the focus. If you get caught, fighting feels awkward and messy. The game is basically designed to push you back into stealth. Some people will hate that. I understood why it was designed that way, but it's still clunky. Performance-wise, it's ambitious. Big areas, vertical spaces, lots of detail. You can feel that the developers at Cyanide Studio aimed higher this time, and with Nacon backing it, the scale is bigger than previous entries. But that ambition sometimes shows in small technical issues. Nothing game-breaking for me, but noticeable. What kept me playing wasn't the story, honestly. The story is fine, magical resource, tension between factions, looming conflict, but it mostly acts as a backdrop. What kept me playing was the freedom, the tools, the abilities, the option to experiment. I found myself replaying certain sections just to do them better, cleaner, quieter. That's when I realized I was actually enjoying it more than I thought. And Styx himself? He talks a lot. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's a bit much, but it gives the game character. He doesn't feel generic. He feels like he belongs in this world. So overall, I wouldn't call it a masterpiece. I wouldn't call it bad either. It's one of those games that knows exactly what it is. It's made for people who like patience, planning, and figuring things out. If you want fast action and constant spectacle, this probably won't be your thing. If you enjoy stealth games where you learn the system, adapt to it, and slowly get better, there's something here. It's not perfect, but it has identity. And sometimes that matters more than polish.